Many people wonder what it takes to build a strong family. Today we have Gary and Shelley Lewis with us, who have been married for over 50 years. Hear their advice and what they have to say on family and the family proclamation.
My name's Gary Lewis, and
And
this is my wife, Shelley. We've been married for 50 years, plus a few months since September. And we have 6 kids and 21 grandchildren.
One of the key things they emphasized was the importance of a strong family foundation and how that takes intentional effort. The family proclamation helps them to know that a successful family doesn't just happen, you have to put in the work.
our kids were mostly grown by the time we really understood the value of the proclamation, because it talks about um, how how families can be successful, and it includes everything, not just spiritual things, but also wholesome recreational activities. And we always did things with our kids. We were camped, we hiked, we tried to get outdoors and do things. And
Yeah, each week, even though family night may not have been a lesson, we had an activity. And the older our kids got, the better that worked too. We also on Sunday night, that became our um, chance to have a family meeting, a family council, in essence. And that became more and more important as our kids grew because we tended to do that Sunday night session, talk about our finances, schedule for the week, what activities we had that were maybe different, what needed to happen outside and inside, who was doing chores, what and where.
Another major theme was the importance of balance. It can't just all be fun and games. Teaching kids how to work hard is just as important as spending time together.
You need to balance your life. You can't be all work, you can't be all play. You need to do a little bit of both. On Saturday mornings, we used to have our kids do work. I mean, cleaning around the house, uh,
working outside.
outside raking rocks, whatever. But then at noon or so, we would go and do something fun. And sometimes that fun was an activity, maybe in the evening or an afternoon, but it was always work and fun,
and
work and fun.
and sometimes the kids, especially as they got older, they wanted to do other things. So we had a nickname for it. We called it forced family fun.
Communication is the key to conflict resolution in marriage. They emphasize that you should never go to bed angry together. You should talk things out before and apologize and communicate your feelings. This helped them to maintain a strong relationship.
One of the things that we enjoyed as we grew up in our marriage is at night when we'd crash in the bed and we'd both be exhausted, and the kids would be in sleep and stuff, we'd sort of lay there until we went to sleep and would review the day. How did things go? What did we do wrong? What do I need to apologize for? It's stuff that tends to happen during the day. By the time you go to sleep, you should resolve all that. It should be done. People shouldn't go to sleep with feelings of frustration or fear or anxiety over something that's happened in the day. The best time to resolve it is right there before you fall asleep.
And that doesn't necessarily mean you solve the problem, but that you solve any ill feelings between you, and understand that even though you have a disagreement, that you still love and care for one another.
Another important lesson they taught us is what an equal partnership really means. They said marriage isn't rigidly 50-50. It's shifting depending on what's happening in life and different circumstances. Overall, the most important aspect is that both parties are trying their best and willing to help each other.
I think it's very rarely 50-50. At different times in your marriage, it might be 60-40 or 70-30, Or, if you have a spouse that has a chronic illness, it might even be 90-10. But hopefully it's not there forever, and you kind of switch back and forth. But if you expect it to be 50-50, you set yourself up for a disaster.
That's never going to work because the perception is always that you're doing 60 or 70 and the other one's doing 30, and they're saying they're doing 60 or 70 and you're doing 30. So you have to pretty well decide early on in your marriage that I'm going to do 70% and she's going to do 70%. And then it works out.
Their inputs remind us how strong families are built through connection, balance, communication, and putting in the hard work. From this, we can learn that there are steps that we need to take in order to build a strong family. I hope these answers will help you and your family build a centered life on love, connection, and purpose. Thank you for listening.